Hey there everybody, this is Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brothersen. Today I want to show you a product that I actually really like. They're the off-grid Syndicate threaded bar end inserts for your dirt bike. Stick around. So why bar ends in the first place? Well, if you're not going to run full wraparound hand guards, which I don't run full wrap guards on a lot of my bikes, then it's nice to have a little extra protection on the end of your handlebars to protect your grips and just make things a little bit nicer. This right here is just kind of an expansion style, but I do want to show you these threaded bar end inserts because I think they're pretty cool. These are made out of aluminum, whereas some of the other ones are plastic. Pros and cons to both. But these are a very durable bar end that threads right into the bar, which I'm going to show you that. And you can actually buy the tap that you need. He doesn't charge you like an arm and a leg for this, but you can buy the tap with the kit, which is what I did to show you here how much this costs. And then on your second bike, the second time you install them, you won't need to buy the tap. You can just buy the actual inserts and you can just tap this into your bike. So this is a really cool product. I want to show you exactly how this works and show you what the finished product looks like. I did run these on my other 250XC for the latter half of 2020, and I really liked them, so I bought another set for this bike. I should also mention that I bought this stuff for full price. I try to buy everything that I show you guys, but I also wanted to show you just the end of the grips. On your bike, you're gonna have a grip that looks like that, where the end of it says ODI on it or whatever. You can cut those out I bought this from Rocky Mountain ATV. I've used it like a million times. It's a grip end cutter. So you drop this down in there and then you smack it with a hammer, put it down on a wood block, and you can cut your bar end out. But it isn't a super clean finish at the end, so you can buy these. I buy these from Rocky Mountain ATV. If you search, I'll put a link, but if you search for like Husqvarna open end grips on Rocky Mountain ATV, you can buy these. They're not anymore, and it's a really clean edge here. That way you can just install that, and then whatever bar ends you use, whether it's the off-grid Syndicate ones or something else, they go on super slick. So I buy that for a lot of these bikes to make the fit and finish a little bit better. So I took my grip off, cleaned everything up, and then I've got the 5/8 inch fine thread tap that I bought from them, and I'm just going to put this in here. And there's a few ways you can hold this, but you just kind of let it start itself in here. I mean, a few ways you can turn that. You could just use an end wrench. I'm going to use this. Now, one thing that I like to do is I go a little bit and then I back it out, and then I cut a little, and then I back it out to help clean out those threads like that. And you just take a minute here and you do this. Another thing that you can do is you can add a little bit of lubrication in here. You don't need a lot. Probably people are gonna kill me in the comments for this, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of WD-40 in there just for a little lubrication. And you just take your time here, go forward a little, come back it out. But you can feel the end of the bar getting hot here as you go through and cut a little bit. Give it another little squirt, just a touch. I pulled that out and I can see I haven't gone in quite far enough. You could put a piece of tape on your tap if you wanted, but I need to go in just a little bit more. Forward, backward. Take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, right? Now I'm gonna check that and see if I've got enough. Pro tip of the day: when you're gonna be blowing stuff out of here, put on some eye protection first. Because that was an intense storm of metal coming out of there. Now we got a beautiful set of threads going inside of that bar, all clean and ready for our insert. So now, after checking my depth and making sure that I've got enough thread in here, I apply some blue Loctite, the medium strength Loctite, on this insert, and I'm just gonna thread this in. Notice how beautifully that goes in there. There's something really satisfying about that. And I'm gonna put it in there. You wanna either flush or maybe just a little, barely past flush on the end of the bar. So I think that's the spot for me right there. And then you want to obviously let that Loctite set up for 24 hours before you really put a lot of pressure on that thing. Okay, so I just put my grip back on. I love these lock-on ODI grips because they're so easy to take on and off. I put a little blue Loctite on the cap screw here, some medium thread locker on that. I also just wanted to mention that recently he started using Torx screws on the outside of this. So it is a T30 Torx that you're going to need to put that in. He thinks those will clean out better as far as clean out with dirt and everything to be able to get this off, because he used to use a hex key or an Allen key. But I'll just put that in there like that, and then you don't need to snug this up too much. That's what all the Loctite is for. But I'll just put a little pressure on that, boom, right there, and that guy is good to go. Actually, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move this around so that that off-grid Syndicate thing is pointed up, just for fun. Point that up, and then I'm gonna tighten that down, just for looks. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's a rinse and repeat for the other side of all the steps we just took. I will say though, that on this throttle side, this is where it becomes even more useful to have a clean end here on your throttle tube or on your grip because of the way that these things work. I'll show you what I mean, but I mean, if you have to carve this out, because it's super nice to have this just here flush with a clean edge here, and then I'll put my throttle right here. I'll install my throttle right there where it's barely not in contact, and then I put that end cap right over this for a nice fit. And with these grips being cut super clean like that, that makes this really nice. Hope you can see what I mean here. I've got this so it's just basically right out at the end of the bar with that. Again, I put the blue Loctite here, and then we will roll in this screw like that, and I'll turn the off-grid Syndicate logo up. If I can get this. And then, see, we want to make sure that there's no binding of the throttle whatsoever. That should be enough. And see, there we go. So clean that off a little bit. Throttle doesn't bind at all, and our bar end is on there to stay. Pretty cool. So there you have it. There are the thread-in inserts, the off-grid Syndicate threaded bar ends. I really like them. They're pretty cool. There's a few other options out there on the market, but this is a cool guy who's got a day job just like the rest of us, or at least I guess this is my day job now. But cool guy trying to just get into the moto community, and I like what he's doing with these. He's got some other things on his website that I haven't tried yet that I want to try here pretty soon. You can go to his website. I believe it's offgridsyndicate.com. These things are about what, 26, 27 bucks, a little bit more if you need the tap to thread it in. If you've got the tap, you can save the money. And then on your second and third ones, you don't need to buy the tap because you've already got it. So that's kind of good there. And I think it's priced pretty reasonably, because some of the other ones that I've used are like 22 bucks and they're not thread in. So I don't know, pretty good product here. So I won't get any kickback from this if you go buy them from him, because I think he's just selling them on his website. If you do want to support me, you can use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV, Motorsport, and Amazon. I have the links down in the video descriptions, and I also have them over on my website at dirtbikechannel.com. You can go over there, and I've got the links button. It's usually orange. It's usually up in the upper right-hand corner. On mobile, you can just hit the three buttons for the menu and find links. It really helps me if you click on those before you order your parts. I think that's pretty much what I've got for you guys. So we're gonna go out and do some more riding with these bar ends, hopefully when the weather turns. And I hope that you guys are all having a good week and everyone's safe and healthy. And until next time, leave a single track. Thanks, guys.